dream come true.
It is true.
You've been in it for the long haul.
Yeah, 11 years.
Thank
Going
you.
for it, so.
You got the parking lot done. Did you ever think that would happen?
No, I never thought any of it would happen, so.
Marietta?
Well, I'm very ecstatic and excited to tell you that at the last city council meeting, the horse races was awarded $25,000 for funds that we would have received from the state of Nevada from the Racing Sportsbook. But because we didn't race in year 2020, there were 2 NRSs that governed the money, and they said they couldn't give it to us. So this was our only avenue to get it, and Elko had to do the same thing. So we're just ecstatic that they would give us that money. We're thrilled to have it. And things are going quite well with the sponsors.
Great. Well, congratulations. It's gonna be the, what is this, the 87-year overnight success?
Yeah. Thanks for doing it, Maria.
Yes, thank
It's a
you.
big task.
Every day of every year.
It was a 6-month ordeal, yes.
I would just like to say that I am really pleased. We had 2 restaurants that went down when COVID started, and one was All Aboard, and the second one was Eva's. And it wasn't, and there were a myriad of reasons, but they are both reopened. And All Aboard reopened yesterday with a different kind of format. And then, of course, Eva's is now being used by Smashburger. And so all of our restaurants that were closed, they're reopened now, which is huge for us. And you probably heard at the conference the COVID effects on other towns, and just how many had gone out and probably didn't reopen.
No, we definitely did not have the same experience as a lot of communities.
It's wonderful, so I congratulate that, and then I do hope that if you don't mind sharing the slide deck with your presentation sometime. This PowerPoint slide deck is pretty impressive. Yeah, it was a really great presentation to go through, so. And if we could do that sometime, I'd like to have everybody see that.
Perfect.
I'd love to see it.
And then lastly, Shellraiser, a shameless advertisement, and that is, Rudy does need volunteers. And so please take these. They're being put in the Ridley's bags, they're being put at Van Lumber, they're being at the hospital, there's been a lot of different places, but if you can encourage people to help with, he needs a lot of help with things, you know, to make all this go, so really appreciate it. Ian, do you have any board member report?
You drop off.
Ian dropped off, he doesn't have a board
So,
member.
no report, no report for me.
All right. Okay, at this, agenda items for the next board meeting, if we could think about, we have to augment our budget, and we're going to figure out a date, we may need to have a special meeting for that. And then at some time, if we can have a little bit more expanded what's working with marketing, what our trends are, and that will take a little bit more time, if it can be done by,
Yeah, we'll definitely work on it.
okay. All righty, and then updated job descriptions we need to work on and be able to approve soon, so. Anybody else have a board member or agenda items?
I don't.
Okay, and I don't think Ian does, so. Okay, so public comment. So, Tony, would you like to come back up, and you ended up, what I had you ended up was needing a gate,
To not stop the Pony Express,
okay?
annual re-ride. But I also wanted to mention the signs. We actually got grant money from
I remember that.
from you guys last year, and we put all the signs up, and it's disheartening to see them taken down. And Gina went out and picked them up because they were laying in the dirt, and I have them at my house. And I haven't went to the National Pony Express Association and raised Cain about it, because I'm trying to clean it up here in White Pine County. It's a shame, in all this Pony Express trail, the only grief we have is right here in our backyard. And I think we can fix it. I think it can be fixed, you know. And I haven't mentioned it to anybody, but I've been everywhere. I've been to the Shane Bybee, the commissioner, has listened to me, and he's working on it with me on the opening, putting a simple little cattle guard gate at a cattle guard. know, it's amazing, that it could stop the national rewrite. But one of the reasons, another thing I wanted to bring up when I talked to Kyle about it, I'd like to see the Pony Express Trail used. I have seen people from New York out there, there's been motorhomes out there, cause I'm always out there cleaning up the trail, making sure trees don't fall on it or boulders so we can traverse it. And it's a year-round job, keeping up, and I've been doing it for since 2000. And, we talked about mountain bikes, or, you know, or maybe a tourist bus to go out and show we don't have to do the whole Pony Express, but there's trail. But there's a lot of stuff right here in White Pine County that's, it's just historical, it's just, and what's really amazing about White Pine County, we have a couple of key, like, Rock Springs, and that'd be a good place to camp out, cause there's a natural spring and a pond up there. We talked about mountain bikes going up there. And that's also, believe this or not, the highest point of all the Pony Express. You'd think Lake Tahoe would be it, but the highest place in all the Pony Express, in all these states, is right here in our backyard. It's Rock Springs, for example.
What's the height?
700-800 feet. That's what the sign says. It's about I just tell everybody 8,000 feet. You know, it doesn't seem that tall, but it's higher than Lake Tahoe, and it's hard to believe. You know, of course, across Kansas, and it does go across Colorado, but it's in Sterling up in the upper left, you know, the flatlands, but it doesn't cover across the mountains there. And through Wyoming and through Utah. But that's one of our special things about this trail.
We're at 3 minutes again.
We needed Gene back.
Well, I got so much, I'll talk to Kyle about it.
Absolutely.
I'm so enthusiastic about getting people out there, you know, I feel like this is a jewel that's we're not using it for White Pine County. This is something, I'm proud of it.
Well, Tony, it's nice to have you as a partner, and we appreciate all you do.
Yeah, if I can help.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah. George, do you have any public comment?
I do.
All righty.
Madam Chairman, I'd like to know how many conventions we had this last year, and how many of those conventions were new, that have not been here before. At previous meetings, I've asked, or I've said that I've seen nothing on the agenda regarding Heritage Park. I want to remind you folks, national studies discourage the placing of schools and or parks near the truck stops. That whole area up there should be for housing. They're talking about a housing shortage, and they want to put it out on the flat, which means you have to put in expensive pumping stations to inject in the sewer system. But up in that area, it's all natural flow. So far in the downtown area, I've not seen anything on the agenda as to what's going to happen with Broadbent Park. The grandstand, I want to know if it's going to be scrapped. I want to know if it's going to be relocated. And I'm concerned about where we're going. Heritage Park should be scrapped. Put in housing. You're going to kill the downtown area, you're killing them now. People are saying, oh, it needs to be painted, they're out of code. That's all bull. If you have traffic, you're going to have business, it'll get painted, and there's very little code update that needs to be done. I want to remind you, Broadbent Park has been dying a slow death. First, the city council takes out the baseball field. Oh, we're going to put in portables, portable backstops. No, you haven't. Then out goes the track and field. I don't see anybody up there. That's a lot of traffic from the downtown area. And lastly, the football field. Now, it's gone. I want to know what's going to happen with that grandstand. You got, the city's applying for all this money to enhance the community, and yet you're going to take out a grandstand and put in grass terraces. Who in the heck wants to sit on wet grass for a concert or an event? You can't put that amount of people on that terrace. If we're going to raise money to bring people in, we're going to show a little bit of class. Forget the doggone grass. I want it on agenda. I want it talked about. Let's see. That's it for this time, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, George, very much. Is there any more public comment? I appreciate everyone being here and learned a lot. Thank you all for all the good information and partnership, Tony.
Thank you.
And thanks to Jeff Manuel for his multiple revisions.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, we are adjourned.
Well, I hate to run.
Eat and run, huh?
Meet and run.
All righty.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't like, I think,
Because that's trouble.
what's his name?
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chachis reporting.